Hello fans, welcome back to Bay City Wiffle Ball. This is our winter update for the 2022 upcoming season.
Cue the intro. What's up, fans? I am Trey Flood alongside Landon Unitas, and we are your co-hosts for this little league update we got here in the winter of 2022, heading into the 2022 spring and summer season. Landon, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing very splendid today. How about yourself, Trey?
Doing absolutely fantastic.
So what we're going to be doing is taking a look at all the returning teams for 2022 and all the expansion teams coming into the league.
Yeah, so we're going to kind of give them a grade and see what they should look for in their 2022 draft pick. So, Landon, how about the dynamic ducks?
We are keeping a similar roster with myself, Noah Selbraj, and then I haven't Bryce Neitzel listed on the roster, but he probably won't show up very much. And I'm also stoked about my free agent pickup in Ty Schumann. He played with me in the Grass Lot League last year, and I'm just hyped to have him on the team. And I still have my draft pick too for this draft.
Alright, so now for my returning team, the Swag Muffins. You got myself, the captain. You got Asher Clark returning. You got Mikey DeLuca, who we have officially signed for the 2022 season. You got Tyler McGee. Unfortunately, we don't have a draft pick, and I think that's going to be a big problem if I'm being honest. Landon, what do you think about that?
You know, it sounds like a first-round playoff exit to me, you know.
Alright, so, one strength I do think I have on my team is passion. Honestly, I think kids on my team have a lot of passion for the game. It may not sound like a big thing, but honestly, in wiffle ball, it kind of is. Because a lot of teams have those players who come out there week to week, don't really have the passion for the game, but show up anyways. But I do think the Swag Muffins have a lot of passion. Our weaknesses, honestly, hitting and pitching.
I was just about to say pitching, hitting, and fielding.
Our fielding isn't too bad, if I'm being honest. Fielding isn't horrible. Pitching could use a little work. I think I'll be pretty decent this year. But behind me is where I start to get a little fearful of what could happen. But we'll see, anything can happen. So now we're going to be talking about the third returning team, the Drip Dogs. They finished second place last year. Good team. Landon, take it away.
So they'll be returning with both of their co-captains, Preston Calden and Lucas Arnold. And they will also be returning Ben Marinick, who I believe made the All-Star game, and he was a pretty solid player for them this year. They have a pick in the draft, which is one of the second to last pick, I believe. So they'll be looking for probably a secondary pitcher to get Lucas off the bump, and just another decent bat, decent fielder for their team.
As you guys probably know, one of the teams we had last year was the Huckleberries. Unfortunately, they are no longer a team anymore. Shout out to the Huckleberries. We love them. I have a bunch of great memories with them. But we do have a new fill-in team, if you want to call it that, and that is the West Coast Wolves, captained by Carson Urgitis. Currently they have Carson and Carson only, but they do have 2 draft picks because they have my draft pick that I traded to the Huckleberries last year. Since they're the fill-in team, they will be receiving that draft pick. So, we saw Carson for a little bit this year. He did have an injury, so he wasn't able to play in the World Series. Pretty good pitcher, pretty good hitter. There are definitely places to improve, but if he can get 2 good draft picks, I think he'll be fine. And he does have the first pick in the draft, as well as, I believe, the 4th pick. So, look out for him to make some big moves this offseason.
Okay, so another one of the expansion teams playing in Bay City Wiffle Ball this season is the West Side Wiffles, a team coming from Grass Lot Wiffle Ball. Their captain is Miles Urgitis, who's a very stellar player. Also on the West Side Wiffles with Miles is a free agent signing Nolan Kohaney, and they do have the 2nd overall pick in this draft.
Yeah, let me say one thing about this team. They're going to be really good. They got my boy Nolan. Shout out to Nolan Kohaney, absolute legend of a player. Excited for this team in 2022. So now we're going to be talking about the last expansion team. This final team is the Tri-City Tropics. pretty sick logo, I gotta say.
Yeah, they got the best logo in the league.
Yeah, logo pretty fire. Colors pretty fire. But anyways, let's talk about the team itself. One thing I will say about this team is they're gonna lack experience, which will most likely make them struggle their first year. They do have Aiden Weibel and Jackson Jenkins on their team right now, but they are looking for a good draft pick that is reliable and will show up, honestly. I think that would be a big thing that they need. Just a draft pick who's decent and will show up, and it really is committed to the game, because I think that's probably the biggest thing that they need. All right, so one thing that we announced this year, earlier this year, was that we will officially be going back to using scuffed wiffle balls for the 2022 season. Landon, what do you think about the move?
I think it's a great move. We'll probably see more consistent pitching and should see some more strikes and try and limit the walks this year from pitchers all around the league. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. The main reason behind that change was just for consistency and the accuracy of pitchers. You saw a decent amount of, I wouldn't even call it necessarily walk spurts. There was a decent amount of walk spurts, but the main thing that I found that the pitchers struggled with this year was just hitting the zone in general.
Yeah.
Where they'd have to really slow down their motion, slow down the pitches to be able to hit the zone, which led to a lot of, unnecessary
home runs.
Yeah, base hits, home runs, unnecessary scoring in games, in my opinion. So just to limit that, make it more competitive, we decided to use the scuff balls this year, and I feel like it's a great move. We're going to have a lot better pitching, in my opinion, because of it. And one final thing before we end this little winter update for you guys is that we are actually getting a major improvement in our field this year. Lots of new things. It's going to look similar in some ways, still in the same location, but some big time improvements. One thing we thought would really help is just to make the field as professional as we can, go full out on it. Landon, you want to give them a little more about it?
Some of the improvements to our field, we got a fence that'll stand up better, probably look more professional. We got some more turf batter's boxes between mounds, new strike zone on the way, and some more improvements that I can't wait to show you guys this spring.
All right, so that's going to do it for the 2022 winter update. Thank you guys for checking into this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Landon, you have anything to say?
Hey, also follow the Bay City Wiffle Ball Instagram. We'll have league updates on there all the time. So some behind the scenes stuff, and we'll be live streaming the game twos this upcoming season. So make sure to give us a follow there at Bay City Wiffle Ball.
Yep, and that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Thank you.